Choosing a new camera is always a hard decision. There are so many features in cameras. But if you have looked at Olympus, let me explain a few things and differences between these three OMD bodies. And if you are planning on upgrading your camera, this video might be helpful for you too. Hi there, I'm Peter Forsgaard, an Olympus visionary and a professional photographer from Helsinki, Finland. And before we get into the differences between the OMD cameras, what do you think of my new hoodie? The lens hoodie. And if you want one, there is a link in the description down below, so go check out that. But let's start first to talk about all the Olympus cameras that there are on the market right now. There are three different lineups. There is the TOUGH series, then there is the Pen series, and then there is the OMD series. And the TOUGH series is a set of compact cameras that are really durable. And it's a very good camera for casual shooting if you are an outdoor lover and doesn't really want to carry a fancy camera around, and you can have a camera that can take almost anything. You can drop it, you can step on it, you can put it into the water. It will handle that. And there is actually a video about that TT6, which is the newest model if you want. You can check it from there. Then there is the Pen series. The first Pen series camera was EP1. That was the first micro four thirds camera from Olympus, and the OMD series came later. The Pen series is now on, I think, the number 10. EPL10 is the newest one. No, I don't only think, I know it is. And I think you can still get the EPL8 and EPL9. Not really sure, but at least they are selling here in Finland. Maybe some that are still in stock, the EPL8, and it's a very good deal. Then there is the Pen F, which is a specialized camera, which I would consider to be more close to OMD cameras than Pen cameras. That's a special camera, and it's really good for street photography because it has the EVF right in the corner. So if you use the Pen F, you will have, because the viewfinder is right here, you can use it like this, and you have your left eye to see what's going on. And for street photography, for that decisive moment, that's a really great thing. You know what's going to happen outside your frame. And that's really important in many cases for street photography. And that camera is beautiful for that. Before we get into the differences of these cameras, I have to say that the difference between Pen cameras and these OMD cameras is that Pen cameras don't have an EVF. And I think that's, personally for me, it's not a game changer, but a kind of like a breaking point. I would not use Pen as my main camera. I could probably use it for street photography and something like that sometimes, but I really like the EVF. So that's why I would go for Pen, for OMD cameras, I mean. But let's get into these OMD cameras. There are three different lineups of OMD cameras. You get the 10 series, 5 series, and then you have the 1 series, which has also the M1X, which I don't have right now. And all of these cameras are at the Mark III version of these cameras. So there are three different versions of these cameras. And these are the newest ones, and the newest one is the EM1 Mark III that was just launched in February. The EM5 Mark III was last October, and to be honest, I really don't remember when the EM10 Mark III was, but I will put it right there so that you know the launch dates of these cameras. And if we start with the OM10 camera first, that one is for beginners, and if you're just starting out, you're upgrading from your mobile phone, you want something better, then this one is perfect camera to start. Then you have the enthusiast camera. The hobbyist camera is the 5 series, which has some really cool features, a bit better than this in the feature-wise, but I will talk about the differences a bit later. And then you have the Pro series, which has the EM1 Mark II, EM1 Mark III, and then there is the EM1X. And the EM1 Mark III is the newest OMD camera, as I said. There are a lot of differences, but then there are also a lot of similarities. And the biggest similarity is the features. The basic features are quite similar with these cameras. We have live comp, we have focus stacking, we have keystone comp, we have different bracketing modes, we have video. For all these can shoot 4K. And in that sense, the basic features are really similar. So I don't think that's going to be a very big deciding moment, which one you want. I will talk about the differences next. Okay, the first difference with these cameras is the ergonomics and the feel. For example, this EM10 Mark III. I would totally happy to shoot street photography, travel with this combo, with the kit lens, the electronic zoom 14 to 42 millimeter lens. No problem with that. The only small problem is that it's a bit too small for my hand. So that's why I like to use the EM5 Mark III. It just fits a bit better to my hand, and I have the extra grip on it, which makes it even better. And for my professional work, I use the EM1 series camera, the EM1 Mark II, what I actually use. But this one is just a loaner from Olympus. I don't have this camera yet. I might buy it later this year. It depends on the situation, how my calendar will fill up in the fall, if the whole situation is over. And then if I'm shooting a portrait session, then I will have the HLD9 battery grip on this one for a bit better hold for vertical or the portrait mode, because it has a shutter button on the battery grip. It's a bit better if you have to shoot a long or a big amount of portraits, and it's easier to hold. That's one thing that's a bit different with this. But as I said, I would, for my laser shooting and my free time shooting, I could use any of this, no problem. I could get good images with any of this, so no problem with that. But then if you need something that is faster, because this camera has a bit slower AF, the EM10 Mark III. So if you shoot, let's say, a moving subject, then one of these might be a bit better, because the continuous autofocus is better with the newer cameras and with the kind of like the higher grade cameras. But if you just, regular everyday shooter, this EM10 series camera is totally fine. There's no big difference in single focus autofocus or single autofocus. And in that sense, there isn't much of a difference. The difference comes then, or the third difference is the speed of the camera. And this has also got to do with if you're doing moving subject, for example. Then, of course, the EM1 Mark II, 3 or the EM5 Mark III is a better camera than the EM10 Mark III or EM10 Mark III, which is still available. If you don't really shoot moving subject, then the speed isn't really an issue, because regular travel shooting, it's not a big difference how you or which camera is and how fast the camera is. I needed to say, and that's just isn't an issue for me, at least. I don't see a big issue in the speed of camera when I'm just walking around, because I take shot every now and then, and it's not a problem. But then for some, of course, image quality is a big issue. And I made a video about upgrading or not upgrading, and I tested the image quality on that one, and you can watch it from there. And there wasn't much difference. Of course, these two are 20 megapixels and this is 16 megapixel, and there it might be a difference for some. For me, that's not a deal breaker. I don't really, the megapixel 16 is plenty for me. I don't need any huge prints, and if I need, I can still make them with any of these cameras. But as I said, for some, the image quality doesn't matter. For some, it might. So, of course, the newer camera has a bit better image quality, a better processor which can handle noise better than these cameras. You can probably get a lot less noise with the EM1 Mark III than you can get with the EM10 Mark III. So there might be a bit difference. If you do a lot of low light shooting, then go for the better camera in that sense. Otherwise, no matter which one you choose. Lenses are more important in that. So having a better lens will make you better images. So that's more important than the body. And then there is one difference, is the feature set. I said there are a lot of same features, and the basic shooting features are the same. But then we talk about live ND, high-res shot, and what else did I put down? Yeah, those are maybe the biggest differences from from the EM10 series cameras. The EM5 Mark III has high-res shot, but you need a tripod. The EM1 Mark III has a handheld high-res shot, like the EM1X has. So if you need handheld high-res shot, 50 megapixel shots, then of course it's this one. But if you are happy with the tripod high-res shots, then either one of these, no problem. There isn't much of a difference except for the ability to shoot handheld high-res shot with the M1 Mark III. But as you've seen, there aren't really that huge differences. But of course, a pro-grade camera is better. It has better weather sealing. It has better shutter duration. It can, the shutter is better. It can handle 400,000 shots, and these two a lot less. But on the other hand, then I've never really heard that someone has ruined their shutter because of shooting too much. I know some sports photographer has done that, but that's a totally different thing. They're professionals. But if you're a hobbyist, I bet you cannot break your shutter because it wears out because you took too many images. So that might not be a case either. There are a lot of videos about these cameras and comparing these cameras in my channel. So we go down to the description of this video to learn some more. What are the biggest differences and what is good for what? There are playlists of each camera series. And then of course, then there is this video about the upgrading or not upgrading, which might be a good follow-up video for this one. But hey, thanks for watching and bye for now.